Hello and welcome to the third episode of Soarviver Craft. Ignore my words, this is the second episode, not the third. But, yeah, it's about time I get around to making this. It's been quite a long while. But, I've been doing a few things. Marked out the bounds of my little yard here. Gonna be putting a little pond here as well. Maybe a bit of farming back here. I replanted a bunch of trees around here because apparently people have been chopping down all the trees. It's one point I like to make. If you're off on your own in the middle of nowhere, then like all the land is yours to do whatever you please. Go for it. But like if you're in a compact area like this, like a densely settled area, don't just go modifying the terrain around you like without asking. Because when I first built this little cottage here, whatever you want to call it, it was like very nice and secluded in the middle of the woods. And as you can see right now, even though some of the trees I planted have already started to grow up, it definitely feels more like a field now, which I kind of don't like. I kind of want to maintain the forest feel around here. So yeah, if you're in a compact area like this, just please ask the people around you before you make changes like that. Like if you need wood, that's understandable. Just replant the trees so that they can regrow, because like it really does have a major impact on the look of the area. But yeah, I've got these little doors to get in and out. Somebody's built up over here, kind of built their paths together, as you can see. And this sort of goes over here and then runs into spawn protection. So maybe a moderator can come by one day and finish this off for us, connect up with Paul, and maybe then to the main roads after that. Who knows? I've also been thinking of maybe putting a fountain here. I think it might look neat, because like not really much else you could do with that spot. Not really enough room for another house. And if you did put another house there, it'd kind of feel a bit too cramped if you ask me. But yeah, I'm gonna have like a little farm area back here in my backyard. But this is the front yard area. One thing I didn't realize when I started building this house, but I did realize later on, is the hole used to be right here. It's gone now, but it used to be right there. But right in that hillside there just so happened to be the little hole where I dug down in on the very first day to get stone.
I go by you.
How is it that I'm not even on a gaming? I'm not on a gaming PC. I'm running
dogs.
on
I'm on a laptop.
I'm on.
Yeah, I'm on a laptop. It's all happy now, but pretty soon we're gonna get phantomed. We're all here.
man,
we're
yeah.
gonna get
Okay,
phantomed.
yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna spawn like a bunch of phantoms.
Oh.
That'd be a horrible way to go.
Yeah.
Phantom
At that
attack.
point, everyone just runs.
Look, yeah, like right there is where, like on the very first day, is where I dug down to get my first bits of stone. And it just happens to also be where I decided to put my house. Because I dug down, got that stone, and then I just ran off in the distance for like 3, 4, maybe even like up to 5 in-game days. And I just came back to this exact same spot without even trying. It's meant to be, is what I'm saying here. I was destined to build my house here. It's a really nice spot too. I really like this area here. Like, I absolutely love this spot. This little fire pit here, I love it. And I also like these little chairs I made. But yeah, the main thing I wanted to show you today is the Salmon Run River, because that's been a project that a bunch of people have been helping with. It's something that I initially started and was planning to get around to at some point, but I was looking at it a little bit earlier, and it seems that other people have finished it for me, so that's good. Yeah, this here is the river, which I guess we will also get a nice chance to see everything that everybody else has done along the banks of the river here. There we go. Finally got the boat down. Yeah, like, I really like this spot. This is neat. But yeah, this is the river. It goes down along here. As you can see, somebody like initially like dug it through here to make it an actual river, which very nice of them. But even after that, it didn't go for very long. Like, I think right up here, up ahead, is where it stopped before I came along. Yeah, like, up here where that bridge is, is where it used to come to a dead end. But, I dug through in this bit here. And, also, I think there was water here. And initially, I think there might have been a few spots of water here at that point, but I also dug it through here as well and brought it up to this river here, and that's where I stopped like the terraforming, and I focused more on building these signs along the river so that people would be able to follow them even though the river would dry up and disappear, because this river does lead to a lukewarm ocean. But yeah, there's people who've built up along the side of the river, which I kind of like. I really do like it. So we're gonna just continue down here. Oh, this is. How did I not realize this earlier? Yeah, you used to have to like go round this, but it seems like somebody built a canal through there, or dug a canal through there. I was thinking of doing that, but I wasn't entirely sure if I wanted to because like you can still get through. It just took a bit longer. I don't know. Makes a nice little island though, kind of like that. Somebody's building up there. Lucky them. That's a really nice spot to have. But yeah, people have come through here and finished digging it out for us all, which is very nice. It's very nice to be able to follow this river the whole way, and also to have it marked out with those posts in case there's bits where they haven't quite finished. Because if you watch Paul's second episode, he tries to follow this river because in the Discord he was asking if anybody knew where a lukewarm ocean was, and I told him you could just follow the river from spawn. And he's like, but it dead ends. And it's like, but you can still follow the terrain because you can see where it's supposed to go. He's like, oh cool, I'll try that. And he did try that, and he got lost. And I felt really bad because like his video probably could have been a bit longer if there wasn't so much off-screen time that he spent wandering around. But yeah, that's why I marked it out so that in the future people can have an easier time following it. Because like I believe at this point in the river you already would have spent like the majority of the time walking because it just wouldn't connect through all the way. But people have fixed it. Oh, this is nice. They probably just found it like oh dear, like a little underground water pocket and decided to make it part of the river. That's kind of nice. Kind of sucks the boat in though. Don't really think there's much you can do about that though without actually getting rid of the effect altogether. But yeah, I suppose I'll stay on foot here because there's things to see. Yeah, it connects up with the desert here. And there's people over here. I really like how people have just built up along this river. It's kind of how actual civilization built up in the real world. If you ever looked at like maps and things of like older countries like Britain or France, or even in the US as well, like all the major cities tend to be on rivers because rivers are what facilitate trade and transport, and that is exactly what this river seems to be doing for us, which is really nice. But yeah, it continues down off in this direction. Running by a nice mountain here. There's a lot of stone in that mountain. There's a sign here. I haven't come this far yet. Community hunting cabin ahead. Ooh. I'm assuming that's it. Yep. Nice. It seems to be a skeleton using it at the moment. His leather pants. And right here, this person actually was here before the river was dug out. Yeah. Fortunately, I was able to contact them, and they were cool with the river running by. They actually really liked the concept, which is a pretty good thing, because it would have sucked if we put all this effort into marking out and terraforming this river just for some person to be in the middle of it, just completely blocking the way. But fortunately, people seem to be cool with the idea of it all, so it gets to be a thing. And as you see here, we're just skirting the border between a desert and a mountain. It's a bit tight here. Would be nice if somebody expanded this a bit. I might do that at some point if nobody else gets around to it. I mean, that seems to be my method of getting stuff done around here at the moment. Is I will say that I'll say that I'll get around to something, but by the time I actually do, it'll turn out that somebody's already done it. So it seems the system works. Yeah, somebody's over there. They were also there before I started marking out the river. And there's just this random torch here, illuminating a random part of the desert for no apparent reason. Just to be a torch and to be light. And coming up on a mountain here with a floating marker. Oh, Paul's on. Just the absolute chat span whenever Paul joins. It's always fun. Coming up on a tight squeeze here with the mountain again. I believe around here is where I was having some phantom issues. Yeah, I had to hide in that cave over there because I was out here marking the way and didn't bring a bed and got bombarded by phantoms. But I also think that this is the point at which Paul got lost, because it very clearly looks like the river's supposed to keep on going that way, which it does. But if you want to get to the lukewarm ocean, you actually have to divert through the swamp here. So yeah, that is where Paul got lost in his video. And also where I got confused myself, because I had forgotten about this, or I wasn't following the river specifically when I first explored it. But yeah, you just have to follow through the swamp here. Markers show the way. And okay, yeah, somebody has dug through here. So yeah, somebody actually has seems to have come through and dug the whole way through for the whole length of the river, which is really nice. Oh, what's this? Long road and the short road. Oh my. I think I know what they mean. Yeah, because the natural river continues through here, but I noticed that if you just dug through that section of hill over there, you could cut it much shorter. And it still made sense for the river to be like that. But yeah, I guess I'll go along this long route here, because I've actually never been boating along it. So who knows, maybe the experience will be different. It'll at least be longer. So far the experience, as I would describe it, is you're in a boat in a river. Yeah. Somebody might have to come through here and decorate this river so that it's a bit more interesting. But yeah, that was the long road, and this here is the short road, I'm assuming. Well, not much else it could be. Assuming we're probably gonna run into those signs around here at some point. No, for a short road, it still seems to have a decent amount of length to it. Yeah, so this is where that original split was. So you can choose the long road or the short road. So far, I would say that the main noticeable difference is just the terrain. You get a bit more cramped in the short road, whereas the long road's a bit more open. But yeah, it's a lovely little river. A salmon run river, the river on which the salmon run from sea to spawn, and then from spawn to sea. Who knows? I haven't explored the river or going on the opposite direction. It may go to another sea, in which case you can use the river to go from sea to sea. But again, haven't explored down there, so I don't know. Somebody else probably has, and it's probably a dead end as well. But yeah, this is one bit where you can actually get lost. I put markers here. Somebody seems to have gotten rid of the markers, which is not good, because you're supposed to go that way, and then when you're coming back you're supposed to go that way, obviously, but you've got these different directions here, which now that there's no markers, you have no way of knowing which way is the right way. I do have materials to make new markers. I'm gonna make new markers, because there should really be markers here. Why did somebody get rid of these markers? Oh man. Alright. I'll place it here. You really don't want to get lost here, because it's not hard to get lost on the river. Paul got lost on the river, and he's the one who's supposed to know how to play this game, so you know. I've built this one in reverse. I will change that, because it all must be uniform. Yeah. There we go. It's all marked up again so people don't get lost. Because getting lost is not fun. So yeah, you can follow it this way, and the ocean is just over this hill. Oh look, a salmon. Nice. Looks like somebody's left their boat here. It also looks like there was markers here as well to mark the opening of the correct river to go down, but somebody seems to have gotten rid of those as well and replaced it with cobble. Why? But yeah, it's a river all the way from spawn and opens directly up into this lukewarm ocean here, which is really nice. So people can come here and collect coral and sea cucumber. Speaking of sea cucumber, there seems to be one floating here. You can also get yourself some tropical fish. And yeah, there's somebody who lives here as well. Trying to find their spot. It's somewhere here, I know that much. I believe it's TJ Savage is their name. I wonder if they're on. They do not seem to be. Yeah, they've got a little spot here in the coral reef where they've got a little home. But yeah, I suppose that'll be it for this episode. Nice little tour of the river. Something's going on over here. Let's go check it out while we do our outro. We can do the outro on top of that little platform. Could be fun. Will be fun. Better be fun. If it's not fun, I suppose you can get a refund for something you haven't paid for. I see. It's a little AFK perch. Lovely. But yeah, that'll be episode 2, not episode 3, of Soarviver Craft, exploring the river. I'll see you in the next episode, or maybe we can explore like a hill. I don't know. Seem to do a lot of exploring. Woo! Swoo! Yeah, see you in the next one. Woo!